how I do my makeup every single day. The first thing I do is I put a hairnet on, and the reason why I put a hairnet on versus like a headband or something is so that way it gets all the hair off, because if I just put my hair up like this, there's little flyaway hairs and whatnot, so I just do it like this. And I really like this hairnet because it gets all of the hairs like that. Just like that. Now I use the e.l.f. primer, and I take like 2 or 3 pumps of it. Like that much. And then I just rub it on my hand so that way it's all over. And then just do this. Just all over the face. Every single. All over. Just like that. Just like that. Now I take a metal palette thing and Revlon Color Stay, and I do like 2, maybe 3 pumps of that, and then I take a brush and I just like that, just like that, and you gotta put it into the neck and everywhere else. After that, I do concealer. This is the It by Dark Circles one. Bye Dark Circles, or whatever it's called. And I'm taking the tiniest mirror in the world, and I'm under the eyes. Okay, more on the nose, chin, the forehead, and then just like that. And then I buff it out with a beauty blender. Next, I do the Wet n Wild loose powder, and I use one of, I use this huge powder puff. I use a big one, and all over. I cannot find my other brush, but then I just brush that out like this with a fluffy brush, and I also use this brush by Rose Organics, this like flat one like this. Okay, so now I take a piece of tape, just regular Scotch tape. You could use masking tape or painter's tape, as long as it's not, duct tape or anything. And so I use the corner of my eye as a guide, and then I put it like that, and then you will see what I'm doing next. For my next step, I am using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm taking that, and basically what that line does is I put it on the lid, and then I'm brushing it out, and where the tape is, it will create a sharp corner. Okay, so this is what it looks like that. And now I use, where is my brush? I use like this brush, I'm not sure what it's called. And then depending on how I feel and depending on what kind of look I want, is I usually will do a dark color, and I'm trying to find my shit and I cannot find my stuff. So this is the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic, and I'm using Inside Job, this color here, and just do that, and then I'll put that in my crease like this. And what that white does, it like brightens it out. Just like this. Okay, it looks kind of messy, but it's okay. Now, I like to use this type of brush, but you can use a Q-tip or a small brush or whatever, and you take makeup remover like micellar water or what have you, and you carve out, you do this, and I like to open it, and then right where that crease is where you remove the makeup. Alright, and now this is all like empty, and you want to make sure that it's dry before you move on to your next step. And the next step is you take your concealer, the same white concealer, and you get a tiny brush. I use this brush by Real Techniques, and then what I do is I'll put it all a layer like this, and then I'll open my eyes and look like that, and where that little corner is where I will fill it in. Now that we have this on, what I do is I'll take a lighter color. This is by this brand, and I'll take this color, I guess. Basically, I'll do a very dark color in the crease and then a lighter color on the lid. But I will just this, and it's okay if there's fallout, because we're gonna wipe it away. But I'll do it in the inner corner like that, and then the outer corner with the same exact color. And then with this little open part here, I will take a shimmery shadow. And this is by ColourPop, but the Juicy Just My Luck, and we're taking this one here and pack that on, and I'm using the same brush. I just flipped it over so that way none of the greens come in. Then you can't see it from the phone, but it looks really unblended, so I take this brush. I don't know what this brush is called, but I just like do swiping motions back and forth, and I just like lightly blend it all in together without smearing it or without ruining it. So just dab, 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 just like so, like that. The two eyeliners I use are the Epic Ink NYX and the L'Oreal Cat Eye Flash Lash with this thingy. I don't know what this thingy is for, but it has this thingy on it. And then where these two colors meet, I'll do another wing. So I'll do it like this. Like that. And now we can take the tape off. And look how sharp that corner is. Alright, I did my other eye off camera, and now I put on mascara by L'Oreal, and then dry it out like this. Then we have lipstick, and I use the Kat Von D black lipstick. So take some, and I'll just do that. And then some setting spray. I use the Urban Decay setting spray, and I have it in one of these spray bottles because spray bottles with the little pump are hard, but spray bottles with this little trigger are easy for me, so I just